do support Measure H, and everybody I talk to in the ward, I'm telling them we got to have this if we're going to do the things we want to do. So, if it passes, I would support. I'll step back. No one I've talked with has said let's reduce funding for emergency services. So obviously we're going to maintain emergency services at least at the level we have right now. I would expand Uplift. I think Uplift is doing good things with the community, with the homeless community, and I think we should expand that program. Roads are a perpetually common concern of people, and I would want to make sure that we use those funds to start repairing our roads. Our infrastructure is in bad shape. Looking at how we could leverage funding from Measure H to pay for more trails, trails up Cooper Gulch and trails up through Zane. I would also look at, we have to look at CalPERS, and we have to pay down debt when it comes to CalPERS. Those are issues, or that is a contract we made with our employees, our city employees, and we have to fund that program. And if we can pay down debt and reduce our long-term burden, then we should do that. So that's what I would do there. If it fails, I would look at across-the-board cuts. We're talking, the most equitable thing to do is, whatever our funding needs are, or our lack of funding is, 10 to 20% would go to, or 10 or 20% cuts would have to be across the board. Everybody feels the pain, and unfortunately, that's the way it is. But it's not going to fail. It's going to pass. One of the bigger issues that I hear about from people in the ward, the homeless issue. Man, we had a long discussion last night with a bunch of people in my neighborhood. We have rangers now. We have at least one. We have a ranger who goes around and basically patrols trails. I'd like to see more of that, more patrol from our rangers. I'm not saying uniformed police officers. I'm saying people that are out making people feel safe. Also, that's a big thing I want to see happen. And I think we're doing a good job. At least I use the Bay Trail all the time, for exercise. And I don't see the trash issue. I don't see a lot of the issues that I think people talk about a lot. I feel like it's gotten a lot better. But yeah, we can always do better. I do support a needle exchange program. I think it needs to be a 1-for-1. And most people in the ward that I talk with are also in favor of a 1-for-1 needle exchange. It saves lives, and it's good for community health. It really is important. I also, as far as alternative housing, I'm for anything that gets people housed and gets them off the streets. I know we talk about safe camping, all these different opportunities. We need more low-income housing. Maybe we do need a safe place for people to camp. And we should explore every opportunity to get people into housing, to safe housing. And I'm willing to explore whatever opportunities are out there with anybody that's interested. To encourage housing, I think the current city council has done a lot to make it, my understanding is to make it easier to do things like mother-in-law units, and those are really important opportunities to increase housing for people. But I think I hear a lot about the permit process. How do we, and that's, I think, an issue within the county and within the city. Permitting is onerous, expensive, and sometimes it takes a long time. So how do we do that? I'd like to see the city council work with city staff to figure out a way to streamline the permit process so that someone wanting to build, maybe there's, dilapidated house they want to tear down and put in multifamily dwellings. We should help that person do that. and figure out a way to really speed up the process so that it's not so much trouble and so costly too. I mean, permit process is always expensive, trying to cover the cost of the review and all that. But yeah, we need to do that. We need to do infill development. We don't have big areas like Southern California or something to build, huge subdivisions. We just don't have it. County has it. There's some opportunities on the fringes to do that, but infill where we can would be the way to do it. Multifamily. People seem to not be wanting as big of houses. I think there's opportunities on city property to build housing. And my thought is, I keep saying build up, not out. Build up like businesses on the bottom, housing on top. We have opportunities to really make some nice properties, for people to live in and to work in the same place. Thank you.